I love Johannes Brahms because as a pianist I played a lot, especially of the last piano pieces he composed, so opus 116, 117, 118, 119. Actually I got the degree in piano playing in Italy with one of those pieces. So Brahms for me has been very close as a composer. And with the symphonies, the same story. I started very young. I'm not saying I was incredibly good in conducting when I was young, but little by little you develop yourself in this relationship with Brahms. And even the Ein, deutsches Requiem, I conducted a long time ago, my first time was 22 years ago, believing or not. So I was a very young conductor. I was conducting a young orchestra of Spain, the Conde, with a young cast. So to see a young Italian with a young orchestra from Spain, young chorus, to do this masterwork, this incredibly inspired piece, probably was a little bit too ambitious. But I'm always convinced you have to start very young to allow yourself to grow in the piece. And now is my third time I approach this piece, and it's incredible because the depth of conception is very strong, and yet there is a tenderness. It's not just gloomy, powerful. There is also an element of dolcezza, sweet, and tenderness. And I think also in this piece, Brahms combines perfectly the Grand Maestro, Herr Brahms, with the inner childish mood he had all over his life. In this piece, written for the death of his mother, there is the affection of a son to the mother, there is the depth of conception about the thought, the death, but also there is this sweet way, a tenderness to be related with the mom. So there are many elements that come together in this piece. I like this title because, of course, it's a requiem, but it's not made on the Latin text of the Catholic Mass for the dead people. Also because, of course, Brahms was not Catholic, but he had a sort of spiritual feeling. So he wanted to write something on a German text, but taken from the Bible. I mean, he didn't invent words for the sake because are good words about the death. No, he was just trying to find the most meaningful sentences, for him at least, and the sequence is very powerful. In the Ein, deutsches Requiem, the most important character is the choir. It's a real choral piece. It's giving them the possibility really to shine from this sottovoce murmuring with very subtle and pianissimo elements until big explosions. And there are also this, in few pieces there is the elements, the technique of the cori battenti, like in the San Marco Cathedral in Venezia with Gabrieli, the great composer. He put one chorus here and one just facing the other, cori battenti, one against the other. And there are moments, of course, we don't place the chorus in different places, but in the composing way you see these kind of things, not with the chorus, but chorus and orchestra, like responding each other and infecting each other. For the technical point of view, from the composing point of view, is one of the most contrapuntual pieces I've ever seen. Not only because he uses big fugues, which is fantastic, the compositional control by Brahms is supreme. Sometimes he just adds very hidden canons with just very close, so it's not even recognizable. But when you look, the score is so perfectly written. And also he avoids this kind, is a little bit technical, but I think is understandable. He avoids this kind of relationship tonic-dominant, so or dominant tone. The fifth and the first grade of the scale. He uses more the fourth grade, the sotto dominant. That gives a sort of flavor of the old Meister. Sometimes in some moments you think, oh, this is connected with Buxtehude, even before Bach. You know, this kind of connection with your roots, with your origin. So it's a very modern in terms of language, but the structure is looking back. So that is a miracle. So as a structure, I look behind my shoulder, but what I say, I'm using a very modern language. So that makes this music very old and yet very adventurous. It is incredible, but that is possible only with the greatest possible composers, and Brahms is among them.